Hi guys, I wanted to share a strange and amazing practice or meditation that I did last night, and I think it was kind of inspired and connected to the full moon. When I went to bed, I did a lot of meditation and prayer last night. I was really feeling the need to meditate more because it was a very trying day yesterday. And one of the things that I did in addition to sort of usual practices was I one of the things that I've been doing recently is when I'm meditating is just really focusing on one of my teachers. And going back to one of the people I've studied with and really listening, for their wisdom. So it could be that I'm connecting with them, or it could be that I'm just connecting with my experience and the studying that I did with them, and just listening to, what I learned from them in the past and what wisdom is coming to me from them and their school and their, lifetime of work. And I find I get very interesting insights when I do that. And sometimes I've actually worked with certain people and they've kind of gone, leave me alone, I've worked hard enough. Go and study with somebody else, go and focus on somebody else or somebody else within that school, and it can be anything, it really could be anything. So I found that a very useful way of approaching meditation, of actually tuning into all the things that I've learned in the past. But last night I did a different thing, which was that I kind of called on everybody, and it was almost like I created this circle of all the people, and not just the spiritual teachers, but also people in my family, also ancestors. It was a really big circle of all these amazing people, and just almost like a wisdom circle. And sometimes I find it's really great to experiment with doing something that feels, trusting your intuition in terms of your practice and what really works for you. And so for me, it was bringing all those people in and that sort of energy and that love and really it was kind of like a healing circle of all these people. And I kind of fell asleep to that, to bringing that all that wisdom together. And of course, this is something you could do very easily, and it's a wonderful way of connecting with people, especially family members and friends who are you're not with. So it was this amazing kind of community and circle. And then I fell asleep, and then I had this dream, and I was dreaming about kind of about the current situation and kind of about being in a very dark place and not knowing what to do. And in that moment, I remembered and I realized what to do, which was to just let the love out, you know. And it was this huge light, and it was remembering that we are love, that our basic, we are love. We are made of love. And we're light, and just this amazing light that kind of went out, and it was this healing and changing the world and healing everything that's wrong. And I had called on I had been working on healing, and sending healing light to people who needed it and people affected by the virus and things like that before I went to sleep. So I think this was kind of an extension of that. And it was so powerful, it was so amazing, and it was an amazing feeling to just let that love out and radiate out in the most pure, beautiful, simple way. And then I woke up, and right above me was the moon, and I'd left the blind open so that I could see the moon as it came round over the window. So when I woke up, it was like this huge moon with this huge big circle around it. And I felt very connected. I felt very like, whoa, this is what's going on. And this is amazing. And this light and this healing and everything. So it was kind of mind blowing, and it was really an incredible heart experience and very healing for me personally. and hopefully, that going out and around and sharing it. So I wanted to share it because I just thought it was a really incredible practice for me, and to remember. And it's one of the things that Don Miguel Ruiz says all the time, is that what makes us happy is the love coming out of us. And it can be, you'll see some of my other posts of being really confused about what's the right thing to do and how we talk to people and other. But it's so wonderful to get in a space of just being able to just let the love come out of us in such a pure and beautiful way, and just it's blessing us when we're giving that love, and it's blessing whoever that goes to. It goes to whoever needs it. And so in some ways it's such, probably the simplest thing that we can imagine, and it's just letting that love out and letting that go to whoever needs that, and that healing. And I've done so many healing practices, and I've studied so many and had received so many, and at its simplest level, it's really about energy. And I think that sometimes I've been through a lot of stuff with people where people have healed from stuff that nobody have expected them to survive. And so that healing goes beyond what we expect, or what the odds are, or or how much medicine we might be able to access, or anything like that. And really, I would recommend it. I'm still feeling it now. I'm still doing it now, and I do a lot of different practices, and some of them are easier and some of them are more appropriate, to this situation. And I think, yesterday for me was a day of running around and doing lots of very practical things for people. And I think that's so important, that we engage and that we don't just sit up on a mountaintop and do this. But when you spend the day running around and doing everything physically and practically that you can do for people, and then you get to a place of like, well, I still don't feel like I've done enough, this is wonderful. And it's immediate, and it's now. And I think that's something that I need right now. I need to be able to do something positive, do something helpful. And for me, I felt this was really useful. I could be completely wrong, but it definitely helped me. So I highly recommend it. And I can still feel my heart is happy and my heart is glowing. And when I got back yesterday from running around and doing all these essential pharmacy supermarket jobs, my heart was very heavy and raw, and I was hurting. So I needed, yesterday I said I need to spend the time just doing whatever it takes, watching some romantic comedy, doing whatever, to try and stop feeling quite so raw. And but really that meditation kind of took it from, really feeling, I suppose what I felt was really lacking, really feeling the powerlessness of this situation. And so it was really wonderful to be able to feel, wow, this is something that I can share and give. And we can always give our love, even if we can't talk to somebody, even if we can't give them what they want and what they need, we can always give them pure, beautiful, simple love. So that's what I want to share with you today. And I hope it helps, and lots of love.